Some mirrors feel terrifying, and that fear is why most people look away. Let's say your dad keeps triggering a deep sense of unworthiness in you, and you feel nothing I do is ever good enough. So what do? You push him away? You tell him off? You shut down? Or you walk out? You cut contact? Because on the surface that gives relief. But the unworthiness he mirrors is your own fear of being unworthy, nothing else. And here's the twist. There's a very real chance your dad doesn't even think you're unworthy at all. He might simply be reacting to his mirror, something he sees in you that he cannot face in himself. And so you two keep circling each other, both avoiding the same wound. Mirrors are not punishment. They're reflections of parts of yourself that are unconscious, resisted, or not yet integrated. The fear comes from knowing that looking at the mirror means confronting emotions that you've buried for years. And honestly, it's much easier to blame, to feel like the victim, or to stay in denial, because then the mirror doesn't ask anything from you. Why do we so easily fall into victim or perpetrator roles? Because society is built to keep us there. We're trained from childhood to look outward, always outward, for validation, for relief, for help, for learning, and also for punishment, criticism, and judgment. We learn to follow other people, to look up to them or down on them, to trust external authority over our own perception. School teaches us what others invented while our inner creativity and inventiveness quietly shuts down. The heroes and the villains, they're always somewhere out there. We all know this. And because of that, most people have almost no relationship with their internal world, let alone with their programs. Even though the outside world is constantly mirroring them back to themselves, they simply ignore it. When we avoid our mirrors, our inner conflicts look like external problems. And society loves simple stories. Someone is at fault and someone else is hurt. Our culture rewards blame. Media thrives on outrage. Systems prefer obedience. Families teach loyalty to roles. It becomes normal to point outward instead of inward. Victim-perpetrator consciousness feels like clarity and control, but it is actually unconsciousness, a way to avoid the part of yourself the mirror is showing. Every time you see someone as wrong or feel hurt, pause. Your mirror is asking you to notice yourself first, not the story society trained you to tell. Why do we learn to look outward instead of inward? Because society is built on the belief that control must come from the outside. From childhood, we're trained to replace inner authority with external approval. School teaches us to absorb what others discovered, not to trust our own perception. Families teach us roles. Systems teach obedience. Media teaches outrage. And slowly, the relationship with your inner world shuts down. When you don't know your inner programs, the outside looks like the enemy. Every mirror feels like a threat. So victim and perpetrator roles become the only way to make sense of conflict. But here's the truth. Society did not train us to look outward because it's right. It trained us that way because it's efficient. A population that seeks validation, answers, and authority outside itself is easy to guide, easy to manage, and easy to distract. But when you start recognizing your mirrors, something shifts. You stop collapsing into roles. You stop outsourcing your truth. You stop believing the world is happening to you, and you return to your own perception. And that is where real sovereignty begins. Facing your mirror does not have to be terrifying. Here's how to start. Imagine your dad says something that suddenly makes you feel worthless. You feel hurt and you want to lash out or withdraw or pretend it didn't affect you. Stop, breathe, and recognize everything is a mirror. In this moment, your dad is nothing more than a reflection of something inside of you. And because of the pain, you cannot actually see him clearly. Not what he actually means to say, not what he feels, and not whether he loves you or not. Acknowledge that first. Find where you feel the sensation in your body and name it. Is it tightness, freeze, anger, sadness? This pulls your awareness away from the blame, the reaction, the confusion. If you need to step into another room or go for a short walk to come back to yourself, do that. Ask yourself softly, what part of me is speaking? Don't fix it, don't fight it, just listen. Whether something comes up or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you are no longer attacking yourself or your dad. If you practice this often enough, something will reveal itself. Notice how the mirror shifts as you allow awareness and acceptance. The fear softens. The insight grows. The mirror is never your enemy. It is a guide toward your next level of coherence. Ever notice how your dad keeps showing up in your partner, your boss, strangers? The pattern didn't start with your childhood. Childhood just activated what was already in your blueprint. The fear, the wound, the part you came to integrate. And if it's not integrated, life mirrors it again and again. Bosses, friends, colleagues, partners, different faces, same emotional imprint. Each encounter pokes the same place. I'm not good enough. I'm misunderstood. I'm too much. I'm failing. It's not about the person in front of you. It's your blueprint trying to get your attention. Most people don't realize they've lived all three roles: victim, fighter, and sometimes perpetrator. As a child, you absorbed the mirror. Dad says something that hits your unworthiness blueprint. You collapse, you cry, you shrink. In puberty, the same mirror triggers rebellion. You argue, push back, blame, defend. But the wound underneath stays untouched. Now the pattern shifts. You attract dad figures everywhere, or you become them. Sharp comments, shutting down, withdrawing, overpowering, unconsciously repeating what once hurt you, and even when you act like the strong one, you still feel like the victim inside. That's how the blueprint keeps looping. To break the cycle, you have to face the mirror, not the person. You don't just meet your dad everywhere, you recreate him. Your blueprint scans for familiar frequencies, tone of voice, posture, confidence, withdrawal, anything that resembles the original mirror. And then your mind fills in the rest. He doesn't respect me. She thinks I'm failing. They're disappointed in me, even if it's not true. And because you expect the same wound, you respond the same way. Collapse, defend, fight, overpower, detach. You co-create the very dynamic you fear. These are not dead people. They're mirrors of the part of you, waiting to be integrated. If you're tired of meeting the same pattern in different bodies, join the circle in January. Link in the bio. I talked about dead mirrors recently, but the same, of course, goes for mums and sisters and uncles and grandfathers and grandmothers. You will see your blueprint reflected in them as well. I'm just using that as an example because a lot of people recognize this mirror. If there is a repetitive mirror that you cannot get a grip on and you cannot see where it's coming from and you don't understand how to get rid of it, email me because I will explain anonymously in a video how to figure out where your program is coming from and what you can do about it. I will send you the link to the video. And of course, if you want to explore your programs live, join me in the circle. Next, we will dive into the big question. Are all people mirrors of you? Are all situations mirrors of you? And is everything you can see you?